Hi, this is Jade Harrell, host and producer of Sunday Morning Live. And you're listening to the Sunday Morning Live podcast, a chance to get what you missed. Sunday Morning Live is a public affairs program designed to provide our listeners the latest information, news, and issues of concern for the St. Louis community, the nation, and the world. For booking information, questions, ideas, or comments, please contact me at 314-333-8369 or jade@clearchannel.com.
The all-new Magic 100.3 is KMJM-FM, Bridgeton, St. Louis, an iHeart radio station. The views and opinions of the following show are not necessarily views and opinions of Clear Channel Media Entertainment, its staff, or management. We're addressing the issues that affect your family, the issues that impact St. Louis. It's Sunday Morning Live with your host, Jade Harrell, on the all-new Magic 100.3.
There are plenty of ways that we can give, and the need is tremendous in our area. We exist. This program has been in existence for over 30 years in response to that tremendous need. But this is Give STL Day, where you can put your dollars to work to help those that are on the front lines doing the work. I am joined today by Amelia Bond. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Jade.
I'm going to let her muse hang tough for a moment. I'm just kidding, Margaret. But we are excited to talk about Give STL Day, and it's happening on May 6th. Tell us more about this great opportunity to serve.
Well, the Greater St. Louis Community Foundation is sponsoring Give STL Day on May 6th. And what it is, Jade, is it is a 24-hour online day of giving. Mm-hmm. It's the first time in our region we've done anything like this. And we're actually following a model that's been done elsewhere in the country for about the last 3 to 5 years. And communities across the country have really raised a lot of money. For example, I'll just give you a couple examples.
Yes, please.
Columbus, Ohio, in their 24-hour day of giving, the Big Give, they raised over $12 million. Pittsburgh has raised $8 million in 24 hours. Cities like Denver and Boston, they've all done this, and so
in 24 hours,
yeah,
millions in 24 hours.
Yeah.
I have had numerous organizations and representatives across this desk, this console here, and when I say, how can we help? What's your greatest need? What is that greatest need? It's funding. It's being able to have the resources to do. They have the heart, the mission, the operations, the structure, the infrastructure in place to do great work, but it's resources. And you're telling me in 24 hours.
Yeah. Well,
amazing.
If
what is that about?
Yeah. A community comes together. Think about it. We've got 2.5 million people here in the St. Louis metro area.
Golly.
If everyone just gave $10, it'd be $25 million. So the power of numbers, and that's what the Community Foundation is hoping to do, is just raise awareness and provide an additional source of revenue for these nonprofits. We've got 528 have signed up to participate, from big to small. Mm-hmm. I mean, the names you know to the names you don't know. And what's really cool is if you go on givestlday.org is our website, and on the leaderboard, so you click on the tab that says leaderboard, it lists all 528, and you can look at their link and really see all the great work that these organizations are doing in the region.
That speaks volumes. So tell me a little bit more about Community Foundation.
Well, the Community Foundation, we are a nonprofit charitable foundation that's dedicated to making St. Louis a better place. We help donors find the nonprofits that they're interested in. And we've been doing it actually for 100 years, which is one of the reasons we decided to jump on board with Give STL Day. We were created in 1915. We're the second oldest community foundation in the country. And today there are over 1,100 community foundations across worldwide, and 800 of them are here in the United States.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and we have assets right now of about $225 million, 450 funds, and these funds help donors give to nonprofits. And so, for example, I'll give you a couple examples. No two donors are alike.
Sure.
And it's amazing the ideas that donors can come up with. But for example, we have one donor who was a C student.
Okay.
And he said, I've been successful. I want to create a scholarship specifically to help C students go to college. And we do that for him. We help him find those students that are C students that want to go to college.
Nice.
So we make it happen. Mm-hmm. Another example, is we have donors.
So you create the scholarship structure
and administer it and find connect the student with the donor and with the scholarship. The Community Foundation, along with the Scholarship Foundation, came together and created something called Scholarship Central. Scholarship Central is an online place for local kids to go and look for private scholarship dollars. So it's a collaboration between us and the Scholarship Foundation.
And I want to shout that from the rooftops because you said in our area specifically. Not only is that a great thing, sometimes we're looking in the same places and going for those same resources. But in addition to that, many parents are saying, well, where can I find, or something different, like a C student, instead of saying I wouldn't possibly have a chance. Now, when you first said you help donors find nonprofit organizations, you help donors connect to the need,
whatever their interests are, and help them create that feeling of philanthropy and charitable giving. We have donors at the Community Foundation. They have a fund that will give to hundreds of organizations across the community and worldwide. And as you can imagine, that's a job in of itself.
It is.
And so the Community Foundation helps them. We make it easy for them to give.
Sure.
The whole idea is how can we make it as efficient and easy for people to give to the charities that they are interested in.
Dispel the myth that people are not really giving and that the resources are not there.
Oh, people are giving. I mean, St. Louis really is one of the most charitable cities and regions in the country. And I think what we're going to see is on Give STL Day that we'll see how charitable St. Louis is.
I want to see that number. I want to see if you have one of those thermometer.
Well, we have a ticker on our website.
Yes.
If you go on our website, we have a ticker, and it says right now 16 days, 16 hours, and 30-some minutes till Give STL Day.
That's right. Are there any amounts that are too great or too small?
Well,
Do you have
never too great.
You know what? Exactly. Could we solve it? Can you all just put
But our minimum is $10, and we hope that people will give to more than just one organization. What my husband and I were talking about with our kids was, why don't you each pick 3 organizations, one you know, one you don't know, and one you want to know.
Is this an annual?
Well, we hope so.
Is this the first?
This is the first for St. Louis. It is region-wide. We have over 40 nonprofits in Illinois, just across the river, have signed up. All the way out to Washington, Wentzville, the whole region. So we really hope that it will go viral. Because as you can imagine, this is a Facebook, Twitter type event. Nonprofits rallying their donors and then finding new donors and finding who that next generation donor is.
Exactly. Well, then you talk about rallying. So is there a run for the day to make sure, pick me, adopt us, take us home kind of thing that happens?
Well, again, what we're really trying is it's all online largely. We are actually going to have a celebration at the Trolley Room in Forest Park, the heart of St. Louis. Yeah. And we hope the Community Foundation likes to align. We want to be the heart of St. Louis from a philanthropy standpoint and raise awareness of what is going on.
That's tremendous. It says a lot about a collective, coming together as a collective and applying that because, as you mentioned, you're trying to help donors find ways to give and meet the need. But you've got 528 organizations that are doing this good work. So there's something to be said about the collective. So how does that work? You're going to get this big bucket of opportunity, well, not necessarily big bucket because they can also specify where they want to give.
Absolutely. No, the donors are choosing where they want to give and the organizations that they care about. And it's an opportunity to learn.
Can I just say, here, just take, I have to give because
again,
Easter's coming. I need to, whatever the case may be.
Well, again, going to givestlday.org online and the leaderboard, and you can just flip through and see the organizations and click, and then it will take you to a page that specifically describes what they do, and you can click and even go to their website.
That's great.
And so the dollars go directly where directed by the donor. And it really provides a unique opportunity, low cost, quite frankly. These nonprofits don't have a lot of resources, and they spend a lot of time trying to raise dollars. And this is, hopefully, for St. Louis nonprofits, it will be a very efficient, additional way to raise some funds at a time of year where they typically don't see additional revenues. Most people tend to give year-end, and that's why we chose May 6th. And as I said, we're actually in celebration for our 100th year. 100 community foundations have come together. So this is a national day of giving.
And so we're going to see not only what St. Louis can do in a day, but what these 100 community foundations can do in a day.
This is tremendous. I am truly floored and very excited about this. But for 100 years, this means you've been doing this well beyond this idea of a one day.
Yep.
You've been making this work for a period of time, or you'd be on the receiving end of this here too. What do you attribute to your success?
Well, a lot of generous people. I want to tell you what our oldest fund at the Community Foundation was started in 1894 by a gentleman named Edward Burdell. Okay. And guess what he wanted done?
Tell me. I love stories.
I know. He's buried up in Cavalry Cemetery, and his family predeceased him, so he had no descendants. So he left a fund, and he wanted Bibles distributed for free on the streets of St. Louis. And what did the Community Foundation do when we got the fund back in the mid-'80s? It ended up at the foundation. We make sure and went back to the original will and made sure that Bibles are distributed for free. So we meet donor intent forever.
I dig that.
Yeah.
So we talk about how the organization spent a lot of time trying to the time that they could be spending doing the work, trying to earn the resources and find the resources in order to execute the work. One of those things I've noticed, and this is why I produced this show and several others for this very purpose, is making their need known and making the opportunity known to the community about how they can help and what they most need. Is that something that you also assist in? And is that something that maybe we need to be talking about how we can do more effectively?
Well, we spread the word of philanthropy for St. Louis.
Yeah.
And both for donors as well as nonprofits. And so if we can connect, if we can make the connection, people give directly to nonprofits, but a lot of times donors want to make sure that the outcomes meet their objectives.
That's right.
We also, if we can find a donor that has a particular interest, we can go to a charity and say, we have a donor who has this type of interest. You might want to think about how your program can attract that donor to you. So
that's a beautiful thing.
So it is. It's a great connection.
I'm so glad that we've made this connection. I hope that you will call on us in times to continue the idea to promote philanthropy. And I also love that you said, on behalf of the donors, give the donors some props. I mean, a lot of the work is thankless, but people want to give, and maybe they don't want to be recognized, but the idea of giving spreads goodwill throughout our entire community.
It's the feeling you get from giving.
Oh, man, that's some good stuff. Yeah. I've got a cup of coffee here, but if it was a cup of giving, depending on the time of day, I would swap. So I would, because it's great. It's a wonderful, tremendous feeling. Tell us again, send out the invitation for Give STL Day.
GiveSTLDay.org and check out the leaderboard and the list of 528 nonprofits are participating, from Big Brothers Big Sisters to the Epworth to Forest Park Forever to Arch Grants to Support Dogs, Humane Society, Girl Scouts. The list is very long and very impressive.
On May 6th, it is our opportunity to give, although that's not the only, but it is a great one to give to show our numbers and show how real this is. Yeah. Thank you so much. Very glad to have you on board today, Amelia Bond. Margaret, thank you for coming.
My pleasure, Jay. Thank you for having us.
Give STL Day, May 6, 2014. You can go visit GiveSTLDay.org for that information. What can we do in a day? I can't wait to see us show out with this. All right. Sunday Morning Live has been a cornerstone of the St. Louis community for over 30 years. In-studio guests include community organizations, political experts, professionals, and celebrities. Sunday Morning Live gives listeners the opportunity to dialogue with our guests and express their opinions. Take part, share your voice, and become connected. Be sure to check out our blog at kmjm.com, keyword Sunday Morning. Like us and follow us on Facebook at SML STL, and keep the conversation going. Sunday Morning Live on Magic 100.3.
You've been listening to Sunday Morning Live, a public affairs program of the all-new Magic 100.3. The views and opinions of today's show were not necessarily the views and opinions of Clear Channel Media and Entertainment, its staff or management. Thank you for listening.